Hi, Lorna. Hi, Andy.
Hi.
You're going to Montana. Montana.
I am. It's not going to be a vacation by any stretch, but I'm.
No, you're going to be working hard. Just
What's that?
I said you'll be working hard just with a different backdrop.
That's right.
Girl, are you watching Big Sky? They're making
What's that?
Are you watching Big Sky?
I haven't. I saw the first episode, and I haven't.
Yeah, I watched the first episode too. It didn't hook me. Lorna, you love it?
It hooked me. I wasn't thinking they were gonna. I'm not gonna say what happened because people might not have seen it and might want to. Yeah, I was surprised.
I mean, well, even at that big, that big ending of the first, even with the big kind of what at the end of the first episode, I still didn't care that much.
Are you guys watching Yellowstone? Did you watch Yellowstone?
No, ma'am. Is that more representative of your state?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
They're making you look correct. Yo, people look crazy.
The end of that first episode was pretty startling. Like I was like, huh?
Yeah, me too. I was tripping,
but I didn't go back to see what happened.
I like crazy people. So I'm hooked because they're all crazy.
There you go. Welcome to Montana.
Exactly. Oh man. So how you been, Joey Joe?
I need you to get on me about finishing my application.
I can do that. I sent you another email.
Yeah, emails are not effective with me. Okay, you got to be more aggressive than that. Okay, texting, calling, humiliation, pull out everything.
It's been tough for me to chase people down these days, but
I know.
I got you.
And vice versa. That's why I need the full court press on it. How's everybody? Hey Ed, how you doing?
Oh, there we go. Doing great.
We'll give it a minute or so to get people going. You sent me notes with alcohol. What was that? Were the context of her needing to?
That's getting your attention.
Yeah, you should. Exactly. I have so many things coming at me at rapid pace. Like when I think I have a second, it gets filled with, stuff that, needs to be done now. So I need partnership on that, or more accountability is what I need.
You need your handheld.
Thank you, Andy. All right. Anybody else? We got a minute to spare here. How you doing, Rob? It's good to see you in the office the other day. Even for a second. It was nice.
It's good to be back.
Yeah. What's going on? Anything else? We'll get started. Anybody else want to fill my ear with something fun? Let's start with. We'll start with tell me something good. How's that? Let's start getting. Let's get right into it. So I don't know, Brian. Could you come on camera if possible? Is that possible? You might not have a camera.
Yeah, I don't have a camera on this this new monitor.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I don't know. I wanted to partition the conversation between Merlin's leaving and Brian's arriving to kind of give Merlin a moment to wallow in his in all the affection and love and gratitude for what he's done for us. But I think I neglected to introduce Brian. I know. And
I think
so,
you did.
I know it's
Oh,
good.
Joey.
And I apologize. I'm just literally having that realization right this second. So in that, let's even though we can't get a visual on him, let's let's welcome Brian. Brian is not new to Keller Williams Larchmont in that he has been Susan Rose's assistant for how many years, Brian?
I was her assistant for 2.5 years.
2.5 years. So, anybody who's worked with Susan or came up in Susan's Spark program or training or coaching at all knows Brian because he was a great communicator and an integral part of Susan's business. So Tracy apparently already has a relationship with Brian. She wrote, "I love Brian," and so as the Raha and Rob. So I just take a minute, Brian, and just say hello and tell people a little bit about yourself, other than the fact that he's from Philadelphia also. So I got my Philly posse here in the house. But why don't you give a warm hello, Brian? How's that?
All right, I'll do my best. Hello, everybody. I've met a lot of you already just over the last month while I was training. So I look forward to meeting the rest of you as time goes on, in person when you come in, and then post-pandemic when more people are in the office. Looking forward to all of that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to being the MCA here, providing support, providing new things for the office to help everyone grow. I'm looking forward to it. I'm having a great time so far, having a lot of fun with getting everybody's deals processed and getting everything done for everybody. So yeah.
Yeah,
Looking forward to
Brian is an
more.
amazing, he's an amazing systems guy, detail guy, and so I'm looking forward to cleaning up a lot of loose ends and creating some new systems that make it all better for you guys, right? I mean, that's the whole idea. Yeah, there's lots of accolades and who left the office? Merlin. Yeah, Merlin. Well, Merlin hasn't left the office. Merlin is still with our office as a realtor. Yes, Brian is taking over Merlin's position. And Michelle, I think, is real the question, right? All right. Somebody else tell me something good, and I'm very excited about the change. All right. So tell me something good, guys. What else you got going out there? Please tell me something good.
I can feel the holidays coming, Joey. They're coming. I'm going to smile. We're all going to be in a slightly better place, and we're hopeful with the vaccine coming out. So I'm feeling some hope, Joey.
Got your partridges, got your pear trees.
All of them. They're all
drummers
there.
drumming, the whole night.
Turtle doves.
You
all
fully
that.
decorated?
Yes, fully. Nutcracker this year, and I got a big black Santa. I'm so proud of him.
Let's if you're up for it, I'll put this out there. Maybe for the warm up of the meeting next week, you could do a little house tour of your decorations.
Oh, sure.
Right? You just walk around with your phone and
Put me on the calendar, baby.
All right.
This year's theme is black and gold. And nutcracker.
Black and gold, the whole thing. It's
yes.
You just add in the green. You just add in the green and the purple, and bam, you're ready.
I'm almost in New Orleans. I'm
you got black, green, gold, and purple, right? Boom.
Yes, my girlfriend. I just decided I had to support her. She owns a company called Christmas in Color. Mm-hmm. Yes, all these great ornaments, and they have a feature black characters. So I have black nutcrackers and black Santa Clauses, and it's all new. And then some gold decor.
Yeah, if you rationally break that down, it's pretty easy to really pretty easy to absorb. I love it. Love.
It's cool.
I can't wait to see the tour.
All right, sounds good.
All right, I'm in.
And Joey, I'll add something to that for something good. you know, a lot of people I'm coaching and people just I run across it. A lot of people, you know, struggling out there with the holidays and trying to stay focused and everything else. And all I keep thinking is like, there's a vaccine that's coming. I mean, we have a solution that's gonna be here. Like it was so much harder a couple months ago. We didn't know what was the end game? Like, what does this all look like? And now we can see that, you know, this is gonna change. This is gonna come to an end. It's not right, you know, it's not this month or next month, but it's out there. We can hang in there a little while
Not
longer.
a day too
But
soon.
keep wearing your masks no matter.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a day too soon.
Yeah.
I agree. You know, it's, I think we're all about at our wit's end. You know, I mean,
Hey, Joey,
it's been-
I have something good.
Where are you, Tracy?
Yes. Even though we're in another lockdown, the parks are still open this time, which is so nice to walk outside. And if you guys listen, on the days I don't get outside, I'm just not good. And I completely attribute my family still being alive to the fact that Runyon Canyon is right near me.
Yeah. That's true.
So I really encourage, especially if you're in a funk, just leave your front door and even just breathe in a little fresh air, even though you have your mask, step way away from everyone, take a breath, put it back up, and you'll feel 1,000% better, and then go back. So I'm grateful for
Sound
that.
advice.
Also,
Yep.
and I did my Christmas card last night, so
Woo!
whew, it's coming. It's not as festive looking, but it's hilarious. So you like it.
So you will, you know, on that note, I'll give you a little, you know, we'll probably be sending out an invite today for everyone in the office to sign up in lieu of a Christmas event, or not Christmas event, a holiday event. We are going to do we're going to do like a little gift bag distribution, but everybody will have to sign up for it. We'll send out a Eventbrite, and you sign up for it. I'll give two options. One is, you know, where we'll kind of try to create a little fanfare for a couple hours on the 18th, I believe. Hold on, I think it's 17th and 18th. I'm sorry. Friday. Yeah. On the 17th for 3 hours, we'll try to create a little event where people can drive by and we'll hand them their holiday gift bag. And on the and then on the 18th, they can pick it up at any time. But it is just, you know, again, the directions will come inside of the email, but it will be available for anybody who signs up for it. I just need to know how many bags and, you know, and such. So
Joey,
while
real
I'm
quick.
sad that I cannot spend time with, you know, everyone at an event, we always have, I feel like it's a great party every year, right? This is what we have this year, right? And we'll make the best of it. And next year we'll blow the doors off of it, right? We'll just have a great year and we'll have a great party and we will celebrate with everyone, right? 2 parties next year, of course, Rob.
Hey, Joey, are we taking up a collection? I know that sometimes we do like toys,
Yeah.
like unwrapped new toys for kids, you know, and I know this
Funny
year it's
you
more.
should ask. So yes, the AME Church, Laura is working with the AME Church and doing the slides coming up soon is what is what I'm being told. But they're collecting toys and blankets for blankets for children and for adults. And so if you can get it in, he's gonna fast forward for me. If you can get it in a short amount of time, like I think if you can get it in by Friday, which is kind of a push, get it that we'll take them from here, right? But if you get it in later than that, I'll bring them over to the AME on the date that that we see on the flyer here. We'll see in a second,
Perfect.
right? Yeah. All right, let's get this party started, right? Oh, first one. Here you go. This is it. Big Christmas giveaway. We're giving it to them, and they're giving it away to needy families to help during these difficult days. Fame will provide food, toys, and clothes for all ages to local families. The Big Christmas giveaway. Please bring any donation items to the KW office before Saturday, December 12th. Laura Anderson team will collect it. Now, if you do it after that, the FAME, they have a day to drop off stuff. So I'll get it somehow to them. Is that correct? Is Laura on, or somebody from John? Do you know further details? All right. Anyway, we'll work it out any way you slice it. I'll get it over to the church if that doesn't work out, right?
Joey, what are they looking for canned goods, like non-perishable? Are they looking for new clothes, new toys?
Well, what I got from Laura, I think they're looking for new. Yes. Like I ordered, these little sets of baby blankets and a toy, and a toy or so. So yes, I believe they're looking for new toys and new, and I'm sure they'll take the clothes too. So the food I didn't realize, but I'm sure just, food drive of any kind, food drive. Your a traditional food drive, products,
Okay.
right? Dry goods of some sort, right? Canned or dry goods.
Okay, and we just drop it off in front of Laura's office, or?
Yeah, John will take it at the front desk.
John will take it, okay.
Yeah, John will take it. Thanks,
Thanks,
sweetie. All right, so that's also great. Let's move to the next, Ed.
Hey, everybody. So yeah,
in the morning.
Morning check-in going strong, and we've definitely we've gotten a little bit loose in December to keep it fun and fresh. We're digging deep to find inspiration from such places. It was Bluto Blutowski, Rocky Balboa. We're going we're finding inspiration in all sorts of places.
What was that first one?
Bluto Blutowski. Yes, there was a
character from Blue's Clues.
That was from Animal House, actually.
Oh yeah, I remember.
John Belushi's character. No, we had a lot of fun. We've been watching some videos and stuff, and just keeping it fun and fresh. And it's all about staying motivated at a time, December, which is historically a time when most agents take a nap and slumber through about February or March.
That energy up.
Yeah, so we're keeping it going, and lots of good stuff. So yeah, come join us. Sometimes we have some good topics we dive into. We had a really good one today talking about the economy and the housing market and what we think is going to happen in 2021, and then some scripts around dealing with it. And it was pretty fun, interesting conversation. And sometimes it's just short and sweet, and we just get right to diving into getting into lead generation. So there's always room for more. Come join us. Excellent.
All right. And then your little coaching corner, you're back to back, Ed.
I have no problem.
Keep it moving.
I suppose you know me on the morning call. I have no problem talking. So I want to give you guys just a little, just kind of a wrap up on the year of the productivity coaching program at Larchmont, because as most of you guys who have been around for a while know, we drastically changed up we brought around some pretty substantial changes in December of last year. So it's been about a year. And, we have about 45 people who are in coaching right now. We lost a ton of people when coronavirus first hit, and I'm sad to say a lot of them haven't come back. But some have kind of come back into the fold. But I also want to let you guys know we've gotten a great crop of new agents that have come in the last 3, 4, 5 months that have really been making a name for themselves. Vin, Gabrielle, Hayden all came in the last month or so. guns a-blazing with, deals coming in their pockets. Yelena Pesovic, some of these agents who have been around for more like the 6 month or year range are making big leaps in their growth. Yelena Pesovic, Denise Sabri, Yvette, Jenny, just people are doing some great stuff. The program overall did about 30 million in volume approximately this year. And I would say about 80% of it was in the last 5 months. So the programs have been growing and doing really well. We've got some good announcements that'll come out here in the next month or two, some stuff that Joey and I are releasing around that. But if you'd like to learn more about coaching and how it can help you, let me know, and I'd be happy to walk you through that. But otherwise, just want to let you know that the program itself is thriving, it's doing well, and we're going to continue to grow next year.
Excellent. Thanks, Ed. And great job, you guys. Yes. One of my personal favorites, 6 personal perspectives. 2 hours is not enough, but I'm going to get it in there, right? And these are business principles. I don't care if you're running a mortgage or real estate or a retail store. These 6 personal perspectives are integral to everyone's success. Commit to self-mastery, commit to the 80-20 principle, and one of my favorites, moving from E to P, or entrepreneurial purposeful, being learning-based, removing limiting beliefs, and being accountable. These are all, we are going to go deep on all of these. And let me put it this way, in any of my problem solving or coaching to build a business or to solve a problem in a business, all of the solutions are rooted in this, in these 6 personal perspectives, all of them, right? So it's a great tool to have in your business. It's a great knowledge for life. Here's my big bush. All right, let's go. All ages. Was that a question? Anybody could take this. If you want to, Star just texted me. I think it's all ages. The question is, oh no. Anyway, I'm too much multitasking. Let me focus here. Also, Contracts 101 Thursday. I'm going to go over lease applications. I think it's going to be 2 parts: the application and the lease itself. So let's start with the application. We'll start on Thursday, December 10th at 1 p.m. I'll do my best to keep it around an hour and a half, right? I need the warm-up time. It takes me 15 minutes to get going, John. I see you smiling at me. All right, next. And then we'll follow it up with the lease itself. Is Howie here on the call tonight?
Hey, Joey.
Yes.
Gabriel had a question in the chat. I just wanted to answer it because I'm sure a lot of people wonder. The Contracts 101 classes, we are going to be recording that whole, anytime Joey teaches contracts, anytime anyone teaches contracts for that matter. We had a couple tech issues early on. We're trying to dig those up and post them up there. We also had an issue with the original one that John Davidson taught because he used a real life example. So we can't use that one. We can't post that one on YouTube because there's some confidential stuff on there. So anyways, but yeah, we will be recording and posting everything on the YouTube site.
Yeah.
And one last thing on that same note, the business planning clinic, for those of you who are doing some business planning in your business right now, we did, as many of you guys attended, we did one in in October, the business planning clinic. That is all posted on the YouTube channel. We're going to do it again in January. So if you missed it and you want to do it now and you want to watch the recordings, great. And if you want to wait and do it live with Joey and I, we're going to do another round of it live in January.
I absolutely agree. And if you, I would recommend somebody who missed the first one, watch the pre-recordings and then do it again in January, right? Human beings, they can absorb 20% of what they hear. So the more you hear it, the more you absorb, apparently.
Love it.
Me, probably I absorb less, but go on. Let's, what else you got there, John? Birthdays, a little low on the David Israeli, Sylvia Crawford, and our little Jossie have birthdays this week. It's one of the lower. Andy.
Hi.
Sorry, I keep getting calls here. I'm sorry. Go.
Hi, everybody. Not much to report. There was a piece on CSNBC actually this morning. They talked about an affordability wall because numbers came out for purchase transactions for the month of November and year to date. I know I sound like a broken record, but in terms of the media, really deceiving. Not affordability wall. Let's factor in and look at the reality. We had Thanksgiving week in there. So news outlets and the media and so forth are throwing up this term affordability wall, and that's just not the case. Purchases are actually up 22% year over year. You factor in the holiday, Thanksgiving and so forth. And then of course we have Christmas and New Year's and things coming up. So just be aware of that and, buzzwords and things like that. Rates are great. New loan amounts we talked about last week, and that's it.
Give that a quick, in case anybody from last week didn't absorb it or missed it. Just the quick, a quick couple sentences on the raise and the conforming rate, the conforming purchase prices.
Sure. So Fannie Mae, because of the crazy amount of demand, and obviously the demand is driving up home prices in what we call high cost areas like Los Angeles County. Everywhere across the country, loan amounts and things like that went up. But in particular for high cost areas, our high balance conventional loan limit went up to $822,375 on a conforming loan. It was previously $765,600. So we've got quite a bit of an increase, about 50K, let's call it. That boosts somebody's buying power. That boosts the purchase power and the purchase price for somebody. Mainly this affects first-time home buyers, right? If somebody that was previously wanting to do, say, a 5% down conventional loan, with the previous loan amounts, they were capped at really like the $815,000 price point. The new loans on single families push that purchase price up to $850, potentially $860. You get into a different category when you're looking at an $815,000 house versus an $850,000 or $860,000 house. And, it could be the difference of the bidding wars that we're seeing. If somebody's starting lower and has to really go up to that threshold. In addition to single families, the loan amounts on 2 units, 3 units, and 4 units in LA County went up. On a 4-unit property, for instance, you can go up to almost 1.6 million on a loan amount and still be considered conventional. So it's exciting, it's great, it's definitely a sign of the market, and prices increasing, and people really needing the extra affordability without going into that jumbo mark. That the jumbo loans are just an entirely different animal, and most people don't have 6 to 12 months of extra reserves lying around to qualify for those jumbo programs. So it's a good thing. And in addition to the single loan at 5%, let's say, there's other options to get somebody to qualify in that higher price point. I have clients, we just opened escrow today. They're at a 125 purchase price. They're putting 10% down, and we're doing a split loan scenario. So we're doing a first at 822, and we're following it with the second because they don't want to do a jumbo loan situation. So lots of options. Happy to be a resource any way that I can. Answer questions.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not using Andy and your client has brought in a lender, by all means, and you haven't talked to them for a few weeks, right? by all means, reconnect and see if there's any more buying power that your potential buyer might have. And if not, then double down and call Andy and see that she might be able to find them some more buying power inside their existing financial situation.
I will tell you, I see it all the time. I actually got a call from a Larchmont agent yesterday who has a client that's purchasing or wants to purchase a deal. And either they didn't get a call back, or the credit union that the client initially went to was like, nope, sorry, we don't want it, kind of thing. People are so inundated on the loan side of things. There's also a lot of that going on as well.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody doesn't have the time or the wherewithal to put in a little extra effort to find a solution. So happy to answer questions. I get them all the time, all day long, even if I'm not on the deal. So
Andy will look like, a savior, if they're not, when she could find them $50,000 worth of buying power, and they're not getting that kind of response from their existing lender. So yeah, definitely leverage Andy in that conversation if you can, because historically she's been amazing, right?
thank you.
Okay, Raha, how are you doing today? Is she on, Tiffany?
Hello, hi.
Hi. What's going on? How you doing?
I'm not taking this mask off ever. Hi, everyone. Nothing to report here. I wanted to just have a gratitude shout out. I love this office so much, and I love working with everyone, and I'm so grateful and proud of the success this year. I know we've all been through a crazy year, but I love you too, Rob.
Put a little bow on it.
What?
Put a little bow on it. Right?
I'm grateful to be in business with you guys, and I'm so proud of you. And I just wanted to emphasize the importance of being kind. A lot of people are going through a lot of rough times. Not only important to be kind now, but always.
Absolutely.
And I think we should. I know we all try our best, but it's just wanted to throw that out there.
I think we're, everyone, there's not one person that's not exhausted from this,
Right.
from the situation, from the challenges that we're experiencing. And it's much easier to kind of indulge our kind of frustrations in this moment, right?
Yeah.
But maybe a little consciousness and a little extra effort can turn it around for us and for the people we find ourselves
Share about.
interacting
Yeah.
with.
Yes. And a lot of the times, people don't share what they're going through. So it's important to just know that we're all here for each other.
Yeah, you only see the surface reaction, and you never get to see you never understand the maybe what's driving it to that point, right?
Right. Yes, but proud of you all, and I love all these comments. I love you all right back.
Great job, Raha. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Ben,
Joey, how's
it going, buddy?
Good. How are you guys?
Kids?
Just wanted to touch bases again, everybody. I know we're the business planning stage of the business now, winding down. I do have leads for everybody that wants a farm or wants next sellers, empty nesters, those type of leads in your area, in your pocket that you just sold, for example. And these are leads that are free, and we can get these going. On top of that, if you have a farm now or an area that you want to farm, let's just say, hey, Van, I want all of 90004. I can pull information on that now. I can tell you which pockets have a very high turnover ratio, for example, that can help you go, market to going forward. So keep that in mind. Even if you haven't used me before, please, give me an opportunity to earn your business and get you the information that you can use to market to.
Thank you, Ven. All right, what's that Christmas morning look like with you, Ven? With is it 4 or 5 little ones? He jumped already.
What was that? I'm sorry.
I said, what's that Christmas morning look like for you and those? It's 5 little ones you have?
I have 4. I have a 12, and I have twins that are 8, and I have an 18-month-old. For the most part, the top 3 are pretty good with school. They got the stuff figured out, but it's the 18 months, as you can imagine, that needs extra attention.
Who could blame her?
Yeah.
All right. Next is, all right, let's go through these. Dayoung Her, closed escrows this week. John and the red team on SWAL. Jeffrey Perlman, closed one. Very, very proud of him. It might be his first or second deal with us. Christina Kim, Anna Lee, red again. Linda Shim, Alex Dion, congratulations. Anna Lee, Tiffany and Rachel, Laura Anderson, Bates Hennington, all had fabulous closings this week. Great week in real estate, you guys. Good job. And just goes to show you, December is not the slow month we think it is, especially when you stay attentive to your client list. I mean, I have this conversation every end of year, right? November, December. And it is, historically, when I was doing transactions, my fourth quarter was like one of my best quarter. Really, it was, I don't know if it was my personal sense of urgency or my clients, but I always found opportunity in these last few weeks of the year, where other agents and buyer pools are kind of becoming a little slower in their kind of attention to the market. I always stepped up in this moment and found that there was more opportunity, right? So if you're tired of being in 15 and 20 multiple offers, you might be looking at like 3 to 5 multiple offers, and it's a little more manageable in this particular time of the year. It really is work. And stay, if you're working with a lot of buyers, go back and look at those properties that your buyers lost, right? And see if they're still in play, because, stay connected to those deals. There's opportunity in being the second one in line, sometimes the third one, right? There's a lot of opportunity, and not just in getting the deal, but getting the deal at maybe even a slightly more reasonable price. Right? It's all there for your attentiveness, right? As long as you stay connected to that. What if a deal's going sideways that you put an offer in and lost, and the agent's getting a call from you once every 2 or 3 days and saying, hey, how's it going? And not being crazy. You can even text them when they are up against the wall with the buyer asking for something reasonable. They have the confidence to say, we still have interest in this property, right? And it may influence the way they respond, right? And which it does. And when a deal does fall apart, they have someone who they can go back to their seller and says, it seems like this buyer really wants it. The agent's calling me every 3 days. They seem like a good, let me reach out to them and see if they're still interested. They seem like someone who would close the deal, right? So that attentiveness, even after you lost the deal, don't get too crazy. Don't annoy the listing agent, but just let them know that you're there and you are still interested in the property, right? Does that make sense? Right? It's an opportunity for your clients, especially the ones who will keep losing out, right? And you will be a hero. Congratulations, new escrows, Maury and Laura on Blix, Heidi on California, on 42nd, and Rob on Fur Circle.
Joey?
Yes.
I just wanted to say for closed escrows, I don't know if we mentioned it last week also, Clint closed on Hazard Avenue.
Say that one more
And
time.
I wanted to, Clint?
Oh, Clint.
Yes, he closed last week on Hazard Avenue, and I'm so proud of him.
Yay. I think we talked about it last week, but congratulations, Clint. That's the first deal you've done with this office. Clint shows up every day. He shows up to the classes. He shows up to the.
Yeah, I didn't see it on the list, that's all, so I just
Oh,
thought.
no, it's excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
We're so proud of you, Clint. Excellent job.
Awesome job.
Yes. Close lease. Chrissy Lindgren. What did I just read? Ellen Abraca and Christina, Day Her, Gerardo, Yvette, Linda Shin, and Bates Hennington all closed some leases this week. And some new listings. All right. Dragona Ridgely has a lease, $3,100, 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, 1,200 square feet. Do you have anything to add to that? I know that building is beautiful, little traditional.
Yeah, it's a traditional French Normandy. I actually have a couple of lease listings in this building, and it's literally a few doors down the street from me. Great, quiet street, really like beautifully renovated, charming. Oh my God, sorry. The mailman is here. And if you have someone looking for 1, 2, or 3 bedrooms, please reach out. Would love to help them out. A couple of them have been on the market for like about 5-6 weeks, and the new one just came up this week. I'm around, happy to show or share more information.
Thank you, Dragona. Will, welcome back. Happy belated birthday. You have this beautiful yellow bird here on Imperial.
Yes. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. Good to be back. It was a rough period. I lost 2 family members. So just trying to get back into the swing of things. I did open 2 new escrows though this week. I didn't send that in. And I got this property right here, which is Imperial Highway. We did a $50,000 price reduction. Okay. So if you know someone that's interested in this property, title says it's a single family, but we do have the permits that shows it is a duplex. Okay. And then I also have a new listing that I got last night.
Hey, Will, this one here, is it, are the units vacant or are they rented?
It will be delivered vacant.
And what's the market rents on these?
I'm
sorry to put you
it's on the MLS. I don't have it off the top of my head, but it's on the MLS, but it's pretty good. Upstairs features 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, and downstairs is 1 bedroom with 2 baths, and it also features a den downstairs also, which could be used as an extra bedroom if they choose to.
Excellent. All right. You want to just jump in with, you started with your
I could go later because I need to pull it up.
all right, no worries. Go ahead, John. Keep it moving. Champ and Steve have a new listing, a 3-bedroom, 3-bath on Palm Drive. That is 2,510 square feet. And that's a huge condo for just under $3 million. Right on Palm Drive. It's a very, very lovely area. John, you want to talk about Irvine in North Hollywood?
Yeah, happy to. Irvine just came on the market this week. We do have a couple of offers on it already. It's a bit of a compound. It's a corner lot, as you can see from the photo. It does have an approved and permitted ADU as well. The house has just been completely redone, beds, baths, kitchen, everything ready to go. Kind of a mid-century modern style on the inside, pitched roof, open beams, that sort of thing, but treated in a very kind of country French sort of way. It's super charming, multi-level, and just a really good house at 1249, and it's headed up in just over 13.
That sounds about right. Is that 1930 include the ADU, or?
I think that's the house. Only the ADU is probably about another $350 on top of that. Yeah,
I bet that's real desirable. That sounds.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Excellent. Next is UN Chuck Hargis.
Yeah, I'll take this one. So this little house we've sold a couple of times over the years. It keeps coming back to us, and we love that. Sweet house, a little under 1,300 square feet for 1-2. I think we've got 4 offers on it already, and probably headed towards 6 or 7. Really excellent condition. Great little pocket there, just outside Culver City. It's a sweet, sweet house.
That's in a good school district too, right?
That I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. What next is Gerardo has a lease 9,500 on North Gramercy Place. It's 3 bedrooms, 4 baths, 2,288 square feet for 9,500. New construction. Tiffany, you want to talk about Falmouth?
Yeah, it's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, top floor corner unit in Playa del Rey. They do have a swimming pool in the complex. I think there are like 49 units in the complex, but very well maintained. It's a great starter home or for someone who just wants to be close by to the beach. $549,000 and HOA dues are $275 per month. They've actually reduced HOA dues twice in the time that my client has owned it. So very well maintained building. Yeah, I mean, it's ready to go.
Silicon
Yeah,
Beach.
2 skylights, so it gets a lot of natural light, and then you have a very usable patio too.
Excellent. April Bella, I don't know, are you on, April? But she has a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. I think it's not listed on the MLS is what she's trying to say, for 1,650 on Serrano, 354 South Serrano. Laura Anderson has a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,352 square feet. Laura, are you on? I don't think so. For 1.250, right there on Pickford. So before we get to wants and needs, let's talk a little bit. An issue has come up, and it's a little, it's been a little befuddling for me and even for Carr when we called them. John Barentine sent me a link to an article that I have not been able to read yet, but it's websites being ADA compliant. One of our agents received a summons for that, and for her website not being ADA compliant, and that's it's a little bit of a shakedown. There's a law firm out there who is seeking these websites, and the road to ADA compliance is the conversation is a little squishy, but basically we want to make anyone using the Keller Williams websites are I believe they are compliant. But if you're using an outside website vendor, please call them and make sure that you verify that your site is ADA compliant. Okay, because it's a big pain in the butt, and it's
What does
very,
that
very
mean?
Yeah,
gray,
what makes it not compliant?
where someone cannot navigate the website if they it's going to sound weird, but if they don't have the ability to use their hands. Yeah, there has to be some kind of link that they can either touch using some kind of touchpad that takes them into an environment that is navigatable without the use of hands, or a phone, some kind of phone link thing. Again, I'm still working this out myself. John put this article in here to help me. So, John, if you're still on, if you could put that article in the chat. I think John's gone, but
yeah, I'm still here.
Thanks, John.
I'll do that.
Did you glean anything from that article that could help me?
It was just sent to me this morning. We're talking about it at the board level right now, and the board's coming out with some things that's being discussed today on the broker manager call with CAR. So we are beginning to hear about them when I popped it out to all the board members this morning. So there were about 18 people on a string, on a text string, and an agent on the far west side, Santa Monica, said they're hearing about it a lot. So apparently, as you mentioned, they're just going through and just randomly checking websites with agents and going through and then citing those agents, threatening them and settling for less. So it is a bit of a shakedown. These aren't really from people that are actually complaining necessarily that they've gone to your website and can't use it. These are companies that are looking for money. You know, it's very similar to kind of the slip and fall thing that we saw at open houses for a while. So bit of a shakedown. You're absolutely right about that, but important nonetheless. And so we just all want to make sure that we're compliant.
So is the MLS, though, if you've got a listing on the MLS, that is ADA compliant?
Yeah, it's your personal website, Tim.
Okay, yeah, only personal. Okay.
Personal website. Yeah, so if you have a vendor, if you're using a vendor outside the KW website, I would call them immediately and just to confirm that your site is ADA compliant. Okay.
Yeah. Joey, couple of other things real quickly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, just a little tune up for you guys. I was on an arbitration case this past week. I wanted to bring this to you guys just as a little tune up on the listing agent side, especially. In the particular case that I was sitting on, there was a 2.5% commission published in the MLS. That, of course, is what rules over everything else. During the negotiation of the deal, the two agents put together a commission cut. This agent's with a large company. He agreed to it in writing between the agents. What we need to be careful about is actually getting a reduction in commission signed off, not by the agent, because the agent isn't really authorized to do that, but by the company itself, by the managing by the manager of the office or the managing broker of the office. And so just be really careful if you're the listing agent and you think you put a deal together by reducing commission. If you don't have that firmly in writing from someone of authority in the office to do so, the agent's agreement to that alone will not suffice. So in this case, the agent lost that case and had to fork over another $40,000 to the selling agent, even though the selling agent had agreed in writing that he would do it at 2% instead of 2.5%. So just be really careful if you're the listing agent, if you're coming to those agreements, that is all buttoned up really tightly on the front side of that. Okay.
So the agent agreed, but the brokerage was like, no way.
Yeah, we still want our money. And they let it go and then fought it after the fact, and they just won this week.
Wow.
If I could bring up one other thing that has come out this week that I think is a real plus. You guys will have a lot of questions about this, and you can certainly Google it and talk about it. I sat on on an informational webinar on Friday about it, but a National Association of Realtors standard of practice for the Code of Ethics has also changed. There's a new edition regarding hate speech that's come out as a result of what's happened this year, which I think is a real plus. So any agent that is engaged in any public hate speech, anything that is publicized, social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, anywhere in there, if you are engaging in hate speech against a protected class, this is a problem. So it is deemed that if you can't not discriminate against people publicly, you're not going to be able to not discriminate against people in your personal practice. And so it's going to be a little complicated. It's pretty clear when you really look at it. But there are going to be a lot of questions about that. My suggestion is just don't do it, right? Just don't engage in that way in social media. If you happen to like someone's post that has it on there, you're fine. If you engage and endorse it openly with statements, then you are probably running afoul of this. So, you know, there's some fine lines to it, but just be really careful. But I think it's a big step forward for us as an industry.
I think that I get it, right? And I think, listen, I think that everybody on this call is, you know, is not going to go and do, you know, I trust everyone on this call is not, you know, participating on that level, right? But who would think that that's a good business practice to engage in those kind of conversations? It's awful whether the DRE or NAR recognizes it as awful. It's not a good business practice. Okay, don't, you know, stay away from all those conversations if at all possible. You know, have them at home. Do whatever you know. I just it's not. I'd rather you not have them at all, but it's not a good business practice to engage in sparring with people over politics or social issues in any way, shape, or form. I do my best to avoid.
May I back up a little bit about the ADA thing?
Sure.
No, so I understand our own personal website has to be compliant, but how about if we have one for, 123 Main Street, one of our properties? Does that apply also?
I would say, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say any, yeah.
So we have to make sure our vendor has that capability.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely. Let me put it this way. From my recent experience, vendors are not interested in taking responsibility. Okay, they're okay with they're not taking responsibility in the court in the being sued piece, at least. They have been somewhat responsive to getting the websites compliant though.
And when is this effective, Joey?
It's effective now.
Now? Okay.
Yeah, no, there's no, it's more than one agent has received. So I brought it to the region and there were like 4 other agents and a mortgage broker also who was served a summons for that. And basically, either paid up a little money or, it's a treasure hunt. Right? They put it all out there. They, and they put you in a process. And, the first thing that every lawyer said to me, I talked to 3 different lawyers, and the first thing they said to me is, see how much you can settle for it. It's not, it's going to cost you more to fight this than it is to settle.
Is there any tool that you're aware of? Because I mean, how do we know if it's compliant? Is there kind of like an audit tool that we
all your
websites? Because I didn't even think of Andrew's question. We do those individual things, and I mean, we just have to ask the provider, or is there some sort of a tool that we can
Charlotte, this is new to me in the last week and a half. I'm going to refer you back to your website provider if you're outside of Keller Williams. We called CAR, we called lawyers. CAR had, they had little to say about it. It wasn't that they were unaware of it. They just were, it's just such a new little angle that they didn't have a proper response. So start with your internet provider. You're in the clear now. So let's keep it that way. Or not your internet provider, your website provider, whoever designed your website or maintained your website. But I don't know of any tool that audits is what I think you're asking, right? I don't, Charlotte, to be honest with you, I don't know that the compliance is that clear at this point, right? Like what?
That doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, legally, if the compliance isn't clear and we have no way of knowing if the sites are compliant, then we have a class against these people that are suing people. I mean, John.
Right. And so to fight them, so the first letter that comes is settle for $3,500. Okay, that's the first letter. Before we send you a summons, settle for $3,500. It's going to cost you more than that to fight them.
No, I understand that. What I'm saying is, as real estate agents, we are a class. So the board should be saying this is the tool for you to determine compliance. And as a class, i.e. class action, we should be able to fight this. I'm just asking John if he has engaged in that conversation with the board.
Right. So that's why John's involved in that conversation with the board. It's a new issue. So the board will come down and set a standard for compliance and support that standard. And that will protect us moving forward. But at this point, it's a little pioneering, right? It's a gray area that is being taken advantage of by predatory lawyers. Right? That's, I think, the easiest way to explain it.
Yeah, what I would say about it is because we checked on ours and we're at Playster, which we're not thrilled about, but they are compliant for us. And what ours has is a link down at the bottom right of our page, which allows a person with disabilities to go on and choose from a menu of options. One is a hands-free, one is visually impaired, one is auditory. There are all of these various options that they can choose from. So your site, if it doesn't have something like that, you're probably not compliant, is what I would say.
It's a widget of some sort that's add-on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's visible. It's not hidden. I was trying to figure it out.
Speaking of regulations, what's the story on the sexual harassment course? Do we all have to do that, or is that only leadership?
So it's mandatory for employees of brokerage management and employees. It's mandatory. And at this point, I believe it's still elective. John will correct me if I'm wrong, to independent contractors.
Yes.
Highly advised, but elective.
Okay, so employees of our teams also have to take it?
Employees of the brokerage.
Or just our brokerage?
It's mandatory, yeah. Employees of the brokerage. You have a business inside a business. If I was to advise you, I would advise you to take it and have it done.
Okay.
And any employees of yours, I would do it just to have that protection. Well, how long is that class, John? Or how long is that video? An hour or so? Hour and a half?
Yeah, something like that. Not a bad idea. Not a requirement. Not a bad idea.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, one sneeze, fill the bucket. Thank you, John, for bringing, the most recent updates to sharing it with us. It's important.
My pleasure.
So much.
Yeah, I have a need. My client wants to give up his store. He has a 99-cent store. He cannot manage it. He had an employee manager who used to run it but not anymore. And it's a really great location. All he wants is somebody who could take the lease over.
Take the lease of the 99-cent store and the business, right?
And the business, yes. And I know that business for a long time. That business was really good. But right now, because he cannot run it, the business went down. So somebody who has experience probably could bring it up. Location-wise, really good.
What area is it in, Joseph?
In North Hollywood.
North Hollywood.
Yeah, it's in a close to Main Street. Great parking lot. The business was good. I know that store for a long time.
But it needs somebody there who cares to manage that business on the daily.
Yeah, fill up the store and run it because there is no competition around there. So really, really good store.
Excellent.
If I have time, I'll probably take it, but
yeah,
it's not for me.
It's a hobby. You could do it as a hobby.
No, it's a full-time job, believe me.
I understand.
But yeah, so all he wants is somebody who could take it over.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Joseph. Alex Leone.
Hi. Fill the bucket. I wanted to fill John Barentine's bucket because he let me and my clients see his Irvine place early this week and got us in there. It was really great. It's so nice to be able to offer that to your clients. And, if we can work as a group, and kind of offer that to each other, it's really helpful. And it's such a nice, your clients really kind of think of you as being in the know, and you're like, this is not on the market yet. So you get a sneak peek. So I really appreciate John opening that up for us.
Get that
what's that?
Get that baller status, right?
Yeah, yeah, he made me look good. And then I wanted to just throw out there as an idea, we all know that every deal is totally bizarro and different, and some go very smoothly and some don't. My husband has repeatedly told me, after I complain and complain, he's like, you need to write this down and have some sort of database so that you can recall, and when you're talking to new clients, say, here's some pitfalls, things that have happened in the past. And I was just thinking, could we have some sort of something corner where we talk about some kind of weird aspect to a deal, just as a funny addition, this last one I did on Beechwood. Everything was fine from the buyer. I was representing the sellers and everything was fine for the buyers. We were ready to go 10 days ago, and the sellers got their payoff amount from the bank and they didn't like it. And so they just wouldn't sign the paperwork to get it done. It was the most bizarre. I mean, we could not figure out what to do. And I was co-listing this with Jackie Smith, and she and I both were having very strong conversations with the seller going, what are you doing? This is your payoff amount. You have to adhere to it. You can haggle with the bank all you want to, but they haven't changed their mind.
That was your client who was the problem.
Normally you're the buyer isn't coming through or their loan.
What was
wasn't the issue?
Their issue was that they didn't like they were making less than they thought they were going to make, as I guess what their issue would be.
Essentially, so they had bought a property on Irving, and to buy that property, they had to cross collateralize their home that we were selling after the fact. So they got into their home, new loan with the cross collateralization of their old home, which we were selling, and in their mind, they had a number of what the payoff was, claiming that that's what they were told. But of course, they had signed loan docs and had been paying on that loan. And somehow when the payoff number came through, they were like, that's not right. And the bank was like, yes, it is. And they wouldn't sign. for like over a week. And so finally I was like, you know, guys, if the shoe was on the other foot and you were the buyers, you'd be a little pissed off right now because you're ready to go. What are you doing? It doesn't matter. Like, that's the payoff number. Work it out with your bank afterwards. And they're like, well, what are the repercussions?
It's smooth and you.
I was like, oh man, I got to brush up on that. Yeah. So anyway, I just thought it'd be funny to like do, because we all have these crazy stories, you know, might be helpful.
We should put wants, needs, and wacky stories. How's that? We'll put on the slide.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I just wanted to, I know I sent an email out this week to everybody about our Genstein Realty off-market listing, a vacant Spanish triplex in Los Feliz, and for 1.8 million. And if by any chance you didn't see that email and might have a buyer for that, let me know. Be glad to send you the information.
You know the cap rate?
Put it in the chat also, Tim.
Do you know the cap rate on the rents?
Yeah, cap rate is 4.4, GRM 17.
Okay, excellent. Thanks, Tim. Anyone else wants to fill the bucket?
Can I ask a quick question?
You absolutely.
Are people noticing that, and maybe that the retrofitting companies, in my case or in other companies, are charging a COVID surcharge to come out? Because Metro Retro just checked my property, and on the bill it says 7% COVID surcharge at the bottom is an additional charge. And my client is pissed.
I haven't seen that.
Okay.
I haven't seen it either. I just did it.
Yeah, like it's actually on the bill. It says COVID surcharge. It's in bold and it says 7%. And I was like, I'm so sorry. They didn't mention that to me. Like, it's not
I would
good.
fight that.
Yeah.
I would fight that.
Okay, thank you.
Tracy, it might just be a good idea. It's Star. Hi. Maybe you could just take that 7%. Just let them know you'll take care of it. No problem. Just to calm everything and make it easy. And so nobody's feelings, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like such a small amount and such a nice thing to do. They'll be like,
yeah,
oh,
I mean,
instead
I
of
might
like,
end up doing that. I sell multiple properties of theirs, but it's just shocking that the company didn't advise us at all. You know, it just showed up. So I feel it's really bad practice on that company's part to not tell anyone. So, I mean, I'm going to call them today. I haven't talked to them yet. So I'm going to call the company and see if it could be waived, because that's just crazy.
Yeah,
and maybe
it's sort of like every takeout order I have has that 7. I think is it a city ordinance of some sort? Does anybody know? Because you know they put that on takeout food now too. Is basically there's a COVID charge. I don't know if it's 7%. I thought it was 3%. But anyway, yeah, it'd be nice if we had some awareness of it. Clint is also looking for an investor, off-market properties to flip under $1 million, wherever. Charlotte gave me one, and she had that she had earlier. That's excellent. So if anybody has any off-market properties that could be fixer, let Clint know. Change one charge off food in LA County.
Earlier on the
Joey, I just, while we were talking about that whole widget thing, I emailed my website provider and they immediately got back to me in less than 5 minutes with a HTML thing with instructions of how to put it on the website. Why it wasn't there initially, I have no idea, but it was super quick. They're clearly aware.
Excellent. And you are more capable than most technologically, so.
I haven't tried it yet. I just saw the instructions are there, so don't speak so quickly.
Yeah.
Wish me luck.
You'll work through it. I know you will. Anyone else? Anyone else wants, needs, fill the bucket? As Alex is looking for a 4-bedroom house with a possibility of a back house if one is not there. Preferably up to 2 million. Preferably single story.
Me too, but we're fine with 2 stories.
Okay.
And cool.
We're looking for any 4-bedroom houses the possibility of a back house. Area?
For me, it could be Atwater, Glendale.
Okay.
I did look at one with them behind, like, I guess technically Hancock Park behind LA High. It's on Muirfield. That was a good one. It just, the public spaces were just a little bit small for the family. So, but that was a great one. So it could be that area too.
2 million in Atwater should get you something real special, but no,
Yeah,
huh?
Should. It's tough.
Yeah, I don't get to go to Atwater or Glendale.
Where's yours?
They really love Lafayette Square, Country Club Park, that area down there. I mean, obviously they like Hancock Park, but they know they're not going to get it. Potentially Los Feliz, but they'd want to be more in the flatter area because they want both a yard and a pool. The issue is the lot size, like at least 2,500 to 2,700 square feet and a lot over 8,000 that's usable.
Yep, 8,000 is the anomaly piece of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and Andrew said, if you don't mind, consider 215 South Wilton.
Too expensive, Andrew, for the amount of work it needs. We considered it on day one, but for that, they'd have to be more at 1.8. Sorry.
I will look at a flip opportunities too for a couple clients. Price depends on what can be made of the other end. Yep, so Michelle's looking for flippers. All right, anybody else have want or need that I can help them with? We can help them with. I'm just PT Barnum in this conversation, right? If not, you guys have a great week. Keep your foot on the bike lane, keep your foot on the gas, keep your business moving forward. You guys are doing an amazing job at keeping your businesses just effervescent, right? Congratulations. Love you guys. Have a great week. See you next week.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Thank you.
Lorna's tour of her decorations.
Happy holidays.
Happy holiday. Don't forget to look for the email about the holiday gift bag. Okay.
Bye.
Thank you.